tell you more about the club, his plans for the next couple of months, I'd like very much to invite the president, the man who has taken on the mantle in this wonderful year, Mr. Hiran Ted Muthaya, to address the gathering.
Good evening and welcome to this media briefing of CR&FC's Centenary Rugby Sevens tournament. Lovely to see many familiar faces from the media, and thank you for being here in support. In 1922, Colonel E.S. Joseph founded the Ceylonese Rugby and Football Club as the first rugby club dedicated to Ceylonese. About 4 years later, the club had a caravan shack as its clubhouse as it entered its first Clifford Cup final. The CR, as the club is popularly known, has since won 14 Clifford Cups, along with a plethora of other trophies along the way. Although in more recent years, the trophy cabinet has not been disturbed. Fast forward 100 years, today the club offers sporting facilities for about a dozen sports. It features 2 modern pavilions, and its membership alumni is a rich tapestry of some of the country's finest sport rugby players of their day. Off the field, the CR&FC members have served the game of rugby in administrative capacity from the provincial to the international levels of the sports governing bodies. The CR&FC continues to be a trailblazer. It was the first club to welcome female membership, first to grant female voting rights, and active participation in the General Committee, the club's administrative arm, and the first civilian rugby club with an A-division women's rugby team. The club's Centenary Committee Chairman, Mr. Jehan Kanratna, has a number of events to commemorate the occasion. The CR&FC Centenary Rugby Sevens is probably the most anticipated by the rugby public. The response from the invited teams has been resounding. We are grateful to those teams for their support of the tournament. It is expected that 3 to 4 international women's teams will bolster the 4 local women's teams in the women's section of the tournament. Mr. Dilroy Fernando, who needs no introduction to this audience, is the tournament director. He shall update us on the tournament specific details momentarily.
President Mr. Muthaya mentioned, everybody has been waiting for this tournament. We have mentioned this. Actually, the first tournament committee meeting was held, I think, about 1.5 years back. And we have had 22 meetings since then in organizing this tournament. So it's not that we started last week or last month. A lot of work have been put in, and we've been discussing, arguing at meetings, how many teams should we have, how do we approach the sponsors. So as I said, a lot of work has been put in, and also we've been approaching sponsors, and I'm proud to say the club has been able to attract 15 sponsors for this tournament. And a big thank you to all our sponsors, all our partners for coming on board. Without your support, we wouldn't have been able to organize this tournament. In the men's clubs, we've got all 8 club teams confirmed participation, A-division clubs. And a big thank you to the teams, A-division club teams, for their confirmation. In the women's, as Ted said, we've only got 4 teams in Sri Lanka, and CR&FC is the only club apart from the Triforces who are playing in the women's rugby. So the tournament committee decided to invite teams from overseas, and we've been successful in getting a team confirmed from Australia, India. Being our neighbouring country, we wanted India to participate in the tournament. Rugby is growing very much in India, and the next team, third team, would be either Thailand or Indonesia, and we're waiting for their confirmation. And the 8th team would be a combined team from Sri Lanka. So it will be on invitation. So that will be the 8th team. The match officials, we have invited the Sri Lanka Rugby Referee Society to provide us match officials. Also at the same time, we have invited overseas match officials. So we've been We have got confirmation there will be 2 referees from Japan, a male and a female referee, and India is sending a referee who's also in the Asia Rugby top panel, and there will be 4th referee from Singapore appointed by the Asia Rugby. So there will be 4 overseas referees joining the local referees in refereeing in the competition. So in the schools, we've got schools will kick off on 31st March, which is Friday, and the tournament will kick off at 10:30 a.m. and there will be 16 games on day 1, with the cup plate quarterfinals also concluded on the same day. So on Friday the 31st, we will only have schools participating, and there will be 16 games, and the last game will be at 16:40 hours. And on Saturday we will have the clubs men's and women's tournament, and the first match will be at 9 a.m. with 22 games on Saturday, with the last match kickoff will be at 4 p.m. So Sunday we will have the final round games, the semi-finals of the schools, also the clubs men's and women's semi-final. Again, we wanted to make a difference in this tournament, so organizing committee, we have deliberated and we've decided to play the men's cup final first, followed by the schools final, and then the women's final as the last game for the day. That will be at scheduled for 5:10 p.m. on the 2nd April. So the tournament, we are hoping to introduce all the World Rugby guidelines, and also tournament rules will be as per the World Rugby tournament rules, sevens rules, and we want everybody to enjoy, not only the players, the spectators, the match officials, everybody needs to be enjoying. We are hoping to have live streaming of the tournament, with Papare coming on board as the official digital partner. Also there will be carnival atmosphere during the tournament. There will be food courts and ice cream, so you can bring in your kids. You know, the schools, we have the schools and the club representatives here. You can invite your mothers or fathers, your brothers, sisters, everybody to participate in the tournament, be here, enjoy the 3 days of rugby football, and we all need the support from the media, electronic and print media, to support us so that we could showcase this tournament to be on the world stage. Everybody will appreciate it. Thank you very much.